Hello everybody, Luminar Trout here, and welcome to, well, a tier list. I haven't done one of these in a while, and this is going to be one that I have already done before, but I've been on a Avatar kick because, well, the sad excuse for a live action one came out, and I've seen the reviews, and I refused to touch that thing in the 20-foot pole after the creators left, and then I saw all the stuff they were starting to change. I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna try it. Maybe a year or two down the road, if it's still on there on Netflix, I might try it, but right now I'm not. So I'm gonna go through this, and I'm gonna organize this really quick. Oh, where is it? Where's okay, so we got water bending, we have air bending, fire bending, and earth bending. Combustion can go down here. So let's start with the main four. So this is going to be extremely biased, but in my opinion, everything is. I was going to say balanced, but not really. Waterbenders, they can pull. Okay, so let's do this from an average standpoint. The average bender, they would all be balanced. So they would all go in the really good. That's starting out. Now, we get into master level type stuff, then water, earth, and air would end up being above firebending. However, when you get into the creativity of firebending, like you take the creativity of waterbending and airbending and apply it to firebenders, and then they move up. But majority of firebenders don't have that, unlike Zhang Zhang, who does, and then they all move up. But considering the average person, the average bender, I'm going to keep all of them at really good. Because, well, they are. Now we go into the sub bendings, and we'll start with the sub bending of water bending. Now, I have been told waterbenders, and well, it has been seen that waterbenders can also bend mud, bend roots, bend, like right here, swamp. But they also get something a little extra. So mud bending is just a form of water and earth bending. It's not that big of a deal. So it's decent at best. It's not that special. Same thing with swamp bending. You're just bending swampy water, some vines there, here and there. It's kind of bleh. And then you get blood bending, and it goes all the way up to amazing. The only thing keeping it out of God tier is the fact that majority of waterbenders have to use it on a full moon. Unless you pull some Amon bullcrap, and you can just do it whenever. Just because, because screw the rules. Alright, then we have healing, which I'm going to put above normal waterbending because it is a little special, and it heals. I mean, it's a useful skill that a lot of people want. I'm going to move this down here because we'll talk about spirit projection in a second. Next, we'll go into earth bending. Now, metal bending, I'm going to put that. Yeah, I'll put that at amazing because not all earthbenders can do it, but at the same time, it feels more like a useful building skill versus an attack skill. Because if you walk around in like normal Avatar world, like so during Aang's time when everything was split up, before Republic City, before any of that, there wasn't that much metal besides weapons and tools. So earthbenders had a better time. Then you go jump up all the way up to Republic City, and there's metal just about everywhere. And then metal bending becomes more viable. So I guess it depends on where you are and like what time period you're in. Because like if you're out in the country, you're going to use more earthbending. If you're in the city or in a well populated area, you're probably going to use more metal bending. So I guess it's, I don't know. Seismic sense. I'm putting that all the way in God tier because it works as lie detection, works as a form of echolocation. You get very good detail of it. You don't need to look to know where things are. I mean, it's just better. And then lava bending. Extremely dangerous in hot earth bending. That's going all the way up in God tier. We've only seen, I think, 3, maybe we've seen, like, cartoon wise, two people. And I think we saw one person do it in the comics, and there's speculation on if Toph can do it because we didn't see her move it. We just saw her like heating up a pot with lava. So everyone's like, oh, she lava bending? Nobody knows. Alright, so that's earth bending done. Well, no, I forgot ice bending. Ice bending it's just normal water bending. You just turned it to ice. I mean, that's one of the first things we see Katara do. We see her do that in like the second episode, don't we? When she's fleeing Zuko's ship and she does it backwards. Yeah, we do. So it's not that difficult, apparently. It's not even that much of a sub-bending thing. I don't know. Let's do airbending next. So we have flight and we have spiritual projection. Flight, I'm putting at amazing. I'm not putting in God tier because, well, you had to let go of everything in order to be able to do it. I mean, Zahira was only able to do it by, I don't know how to say her name, Pywol. I don't remember. It's been a while. She got her head blown off, literally. So, no. I mean, she's right there. So yeah, that's not that good if you have to do all that just to be able to fly. I mean, that's why they had gliders. That's why they had Sky Bison. So you didn't have to do all that stuff. And then spirit projection. I'm putting that shit bad. That's just not good in my opinion. And it doesn't really feel like an airbending exclusive thing. If you're well in tune with the spirits or your spiritual side, you probably learn how to do it. Just because Jinora was able to do it because she's an airbender doesn't mean only airbenders can do it, in my opinion. I mean, if Iroh could see Aang and Roku flying on a dragon, I mean, he's a firebender, and he was able to see all that kind of stuff, so that tells you how in tuned he was to his spirits. So imagine if Iroh got to train with, like, the actual airbenders in the spiritual side of things. I'm pretty sure he would be able to do the spirit projection, as well as other people who are spiritually inclined. So it doesn't feel like an airbender exclusive thing. It just feels like a enlightened skill. I'm sure Guru Patik probably could have figured it out. I mean, he probably did in some sort of way. It just wasn't written that way. Korra has a lot of weird writing. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say bad, even though I want to. Korra has weird writing. Alright, now let's go on to the fire. We have lightning, which is God tier. I mean, the way Uncle Iroh describes it as the cold-blooded fire, you do not control it, you just guide it. That shit is awesome. And then you get to Korra, and it's just, yeah, anyone can do it. Just, it's like, that should have been explained as, no, that got dumbed down and watered down to being electricity, not lightning. And finally, combustion bending. I want to put this up at God tier so bad for personal bias because it's just so fucking cool. The problem with it, and I'm pretty sure I said this in my original video as well, is you only ever see two people do it. Both times they do it, they die from it. And I don't think we ever see them do normal firebending. Because we never see Combustion Man do normal firebending. And the girl, Pywol, I don't remember her name. She's literally in front of me. I can remember Zahir, but I can't remember the girl's name. I can't remember either of their names. They're very memorable, just not their names. But I don't know if we ever see her do any normal firebending. If there are clips of her doing normal firebending in The Legend of Korra, tell me in the comments down below, because if that's the case, then this will probably move up just a little bit. Probably all the way up to there, in front of bloodbending, because combustion bending is just so stinking destructive that, it nearly took the gang out. If Toph didn't sense Combustion Man coming with her seismic sense, then Combustion Man would have just poof, and the whole gang was just be dead. Roll credits at that point. So I know I've done this video before, but I felt like it needed to be updated. I don't know how much is different. I don't know if anything is different. It could be the exact same, honestly. But I felt like I wanted to do this one again. And plus, I have a camera now, and the old one I didn't. So don't go watch that one. I wasn't as confident as talking, as well as didn't have many people watching. So if you enjoyed this, if you have thoughts, if you have feelings about this tier list, comment down below. And especially if you know combustion benders can do normal firebending, like in the books, in the comics, in the show, tell me, because I really want to know, because combustion bending is my favorite. I'm going to leave this here, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.